Today I want to show you how I modified my factory Mach 460 speaker box so I could add a much larger 2-channel stereo amplifier in place of the factory mono amp. This is not about the amplifier itself, guys. Please don't knock me about the amp that I chose. I have a budget, okay? So this is totally about saving you the aggravation of figuring out how to mount something that large in the factory location, and also save your back from having to take this box in and out so many times to see what works and what don't. Okay, so simply about how to mount this. I'm going to show you what this looks like before the amp is mounted. What I've come up with here is I'm using 2 pieces of 1/4-inch material. One is the size of the amp, so I can mount the amp to it, and the other piece is actually a shim that I had to make so I could clear this piece of sheet metal right here. Okay, and as you can see, I'm right on the verge of that wiring harness going up to your trunk lid as well. So this is a 9.5 by 9.5. You might be able to fit a 10 by 10. You're not going to get much bigger. So like I said, I had to trim off this little guard that's on the front of this box and mount these panels. So I want to take this box back out. I'm going to show you how I cut that piece off, how the exact size of these panels are, and how I'm going to mount those and how I'm going to mount the amp here. Because the very last screw of the amp is going to be up on this corner, and I'm going to drill in the final mounting point of that amp's going to be take a 1/16 inch pilot drill and drill all the way through here, all the way into that sheet metal, and mount that final screw. Okay, I really have no other choice. There's no other way to mount it. All right, so let me pull this box out and show you how to make these pieces. All right, so we're going from mono to stereo, and believe it or not, this does fit in the car. Okay, so to get there, first thing you'll do is remove your factory amp. Use it for a paperweight, whatever you choose. Then we're going to cut this piece off. Okay, it's a lot easier than you think. I just did it by hand with just a hacksaw blade. I cut down this little edge right here first, and I brought in here and I trimmed through this edge, and then I trimmed through the whole edge down this length, and boom, it's off. Okay, it's not near as hard as you think it is to do that with a hacksaw. Use some kind of rotary tool, that plastic's going to melt trying to do this. So I did it with the hacksaw, and then just come in here and make sure you sand this down or trim it down with a razor knife, all this flat, so your board fits flat. First piece we got to make, this piece right here. I cut a piece 8.5 by 10 inches. I laid it on top of my enclosure here, and then I marked these 2 angles, and then I just drew a line and finished cutting that off. All right, it ends up being roughly 7.5 inches on one end, 10 inches on the other. All right, do it like I said, just mark it. It's a lot easier. Look at the piece that goes on top. This is our shim. Okay, this is only here to give us enough spacing so that our top plate that mounting the amp on does not heat that piece of sheet metal in the corner that I just showed you. Okay, now this is our final piece that our amp will be mounting to. It's a 9.5 by 10. Okay, once you have these 2 pieces cut out of whatever 1/4-inch material you choose, this is what I used. Okay, this will give us the proper spacing, allow us to fit that amp in. At this point, I'm going to drill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes into here, just pilot holes. I'll take a quick countersink, and I'm going to hit the top edge a little bit so that the head of my screw isn't sticking out too far. And then I'm going to mount this plate down, and we're done with the mounting. All I have to do now is mount the amp to this panel, and most likely you're going to do that in the car, because getting this whole thing in place is not going to be easy outside. So to mount the 2, I can still pre-drill all these holes and have it ready before I try to mount it in the car. And the 2 screws on the inside, you're going to be able to screw all the way through it into this panel. Okay, we're going through 1/2-inch piece of material here, so I need at least inch long screws to be able to secure that properly. these two sides you can do that. On this front edge, we're beyond the speaker enclosure, so I need to drill a hole through here and put a bolt and a nut. Okay, so we're gonna put that on that way. You can do the same thing with this side with a bolt and a nut. You're gonna have to put your bolt on from the bottom side. You have to have that bolt in before you put this box in place, because you're not gonna be able to get it in. Right here is that piece of sheet metal we're gonna be touching. So it's your choice. I'm just gonna drill a hole through here. Like I said, self-tapping screw straight into that sheet metal holding my amp, my mounting board, all connected to that plywood. So one last thing I will do is also, I'm just going to take in both of these exposed edges of wood. I'm going to take and just shoot a little black paint over this and let it dry, mount everything up, and I'll show you what it all looks like with both amps mounted in the car. So this is how it looks permanently mounted. I think it turned out pretty nice. Everything's essentially in its factory location. I still have all the access to my trunk. Nothing's going to be hindering any of that. And just to give you a closer up view, like I said, you have plenty of access. I put the power, ground, and speaker wires on the other side. You have plenty of room. I mean, I have like this much space between those and anything in the rear. And I put this in the front to have less wiring showing from the front. And I could also access the controls for the amp. Like I told you, this final screw right here, I just did a little pilot bit up into that top piece of sheet metal and ran that screw through the amp, this board, and the sheet metal. Really locked everything in place really well. Nothing's gonna be bouncing around and tapping against that sheet metal now. Okay, so I think this turned out fantastic. All I have to do now is complete all the rest of my wiring and put half the car back together. So anyway, hope this gives everybody an idea of what you can actually do and how big of an amp you can put back on your rear speaker enclosure. So thanks everybody for watching.